What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gobi Games podcast. I'm Gobi. How y'all doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing all right. I know it's another Monday for me. You know how that goes. But yeah, it's been I don't know. Yeah, it's just been a week. Wasn't too interesting. Um, we do have some updates coming out that later in the month that I'm going to talk about tonight. The first one game I haven't talked about in a while, um, Warframe. It is getting its biggest update in 8 years. All right. It mainly revolves around the railjack gameplay. They're trying to make it better for co-op experience, and they completely changed how it works. I mean, yeah, they reduced the costs to get one. You can also go into the marketplace and buy one for platinum if you want. If you don't want to grind out all the stuff to the materials to make one yourself. They've changed the avionics to use use like a mod system, um, and you can have loadouts now in the Plexus menu. Um, so um, basically, what it does is it lets you make a loadout for being a pilot or gunner in a railjack. And when you join somebody else's railjack, you bring your loadout with you. So instead of going into some other player's railjack and have to deal with a weird, funky loadout that you're not used to, you can bring it with you, and it's completely customized to you. Um, Now, of course, the downside to this is Dryak, which is currently the currency currently used to upgrade Railjack avionics, is on its way out. Any Dirac you've spent on the grid up to date, up to 39,000, will be refunded and exchanged for Endo when you first log in after the update drops. Um, Warframe, these updates are, they're fun. I mean, they at least hotfix stuff right away too. It'll be interesting. I'll probably jump back into the game. I haven't played it in a while. I have been playing since 2013, but I haven't played in a while, so I might jump back in after this update and check it out and see what these railjacks are all about. Um, yeah, so onto a game that I actually do play quite a bit. The Division 2 has a patch tomorrow. It's 3.6 gigabytes on PC and about the same on PlayStation. However, if you're on the Xbox, you're looking at a 4.6 gigabyte patch. Not a big deal. Basically, this is the start of the seasonal reruns. Now, we talked about how they plan to do a major update and add a game mode later in the year. Or maybe, I don't know if I have actually. But yeah, anyway, they plan on adding a brand new game mode that's never been seen before in the Division series. That's coming with the major update that's coming later this year. Until then, they are gonna rerun the seasons. And season 5, which is technically a rerun of season 1. So what they're doing is rerunning seasons 1 through 4 again, so that if you miss them, you can go back and get all the stuff from them. Or if you're like me and you missed some of the league stuff, we can go back and we can get the league stuff as well. This should be cool. It'll give Loki a chance to get some of the things that he missed, which will be pretty cool. But yeah, And well, I guess we'll get the. I don't know if it's really sad news. I mean, it is sad news. But you guys probably don't remember the game Disintegration. It came out late last year. It's made by a studio called V1 Interactive, which was founded by Halo co-creator Marcus Leto. Unfortunately, V1 Interactive is closing down. They basically decided to close it down to further employees. Um, the game didn't do well. It was originally like an RTS, and it's kind of morphed into a first-person shooter. Um, it had a multiplayer component for a while, um, but they decided to end multiplayer support last November, which was just 5 months into the game's life, which wasn't good. And now it's shutting down. They announced it via Twitter. The tweet said, "We are sad to inform you that V1 Interactive is officially closing," the developers wrote. "We want to thank all the talented people at V1, both past and present, who helped make the last 5 years wonderful. And a heartfelt thanks to the amazing community that supported us." Leto expanded on the announcement in a separate post on his personal Twitter feed, writing that the studio's priority has been to the well-being of our employees. "We've been transparent with them about the state of things for months," he continued, "and are making this decision now so that they have ample time to search for new jobs while being supported by our studio." So I guess the sad part is, all these people are losing their jobs. Unfortunately, I didn't buy the game. I did watch it. I just was not. I was not enthused with it. It just, unfortunately, it was just a bad. Yeah, it wasn't great. That's for sure. Um. Anyway, we'll move on to something a little better. Obviously, we all remember the fun weather that Texas had earlier this year, and all the fun stuff that happened with that. Um, because of that, most of the team for Fallout 76 is located in Austin, Texas, and earlier they reported that the PTS would be delayed. They have now said that the PTS is set to reopen sometime in mid-March. This is a PTS I might actually jump on. You're going to get to test out features like special loadouts, camp slots, and daily ops expansions. We'll all be able to test on the PTS. As long as I can bring my current character, yeah, I love to test that stuff out, and compare it to the mods that are out there, and maybe give some feedback. The theme of the next season looks to be winter silhouette. Yeah, the seasons in Fallout 76 are pretty interesting. Fortunately, I haven't been playing it very much lately. Gotten stuck on other things. I do need to get back in and play some, for sure. But that's a whole different story. Let's move on. So the Nintendo people are getting some fun action. So Apex Legends launches on Switch tomorrow or on March 9th if you're listening to this later. It's being brought to Nintendo by Panic Button. They are supposedly also known as the Port Wizard around the Nintendo Life office, so that's cool. It is crossplay. However, cross progression will not be available right now. It is planned, but okay, this is straight from Chad Greenier of Respawn. It is planned, but I think we're a ways out from being able to offer that. I really want it as a gamer myself, so I hear what our fans are saying, and I totally agree with them. We're doing work to try and make them happen. It's a complex challenge of multiple accounts existing for various users that we have to resolve or merge. There are legal and contractual things to navigate with purchasing on other platforms and having those carry over, and also some technical challenges. So it's not something we can just turn on, but we are working towards having it, and the team is passionate about delivering it at some point. So that's good news for anybody who plays Apex. There is, I'm going to be linking this article, but it's an actual, it's like a Q&A article between the Nintendo Life staff, and it's a pretty decent read. Gives you pretty much any information you want. Obviously, if you played Xbox, there it is. If you played Apex, before, I mean, yeah, it's everything's gonna be there. They're not cutting anything. It's actually built on the same engine as all the other games. Of course, that brought up the question of are we gonna see previous Respawn work on the Twitch now that the Apex Legends engine has already been ported over to the Switch? Basically, the simple answer is no. I wouldn't count on it. At least anytime soon. They talked about bringing the great things from Titanfall 2 into the Apex world and introducing them to the Apex fans. Sorry, guys, about the cough and whatnot. So yeah, that kind of bummed me out. It would be kind of cool. I was a fan of Titanfall 2. I mean, I enjoyed both Titanfall and Titanfall 2. I think they're both underrated great games. If you haven't fuck. Yep, it's one of them days. It's a Monday. If you haven't played either one of them, definitely go check them out. I prefer the Frontier defense mode myself. It's a horde-based mode. It's co-op. You and 3 other people take on so many waves of, different enemies and whatnot. It's in both Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2. It's really a toss-up. I like things about both of them, but I think I have played Titanfall 2 more than Titanfall 1 at this time. But I have not played Apex Legend, but that is simply because I'm just not a fan of Battle Royale. It's a personal thing. That's it. Yeah. So, on to something that I found funny. Over 5,000 Final Fantasy 14 accounts banned for real money trading. Yep. I mean, it's illegal, but yeah, 5,000 such, yep. Between March 25th between February 25th and March 3rd for participating in RMT or other prohibited activities. There were also 814 counts of banned which took part in RMT advertising. So, if you didn't know, real money trading is illegal in pretty much all MMOs, but still people try. Oh, speaking of MMOs, we'll talk about Black Desert Online. I do enjoy this one from time to time. I'm not a dedicated player or anything like that. I haven't gotten to what they call the pay to win part of it or whatever. I'm just enjoying the base game. But if you haven't played it in a while and you plan on playing it sometime in the future, you have until May we'll just be safe and say May 30th. This says May 31st, but just to be safe, you have until May 30th to transfer your Black Desert Online account from, oh god, where was it? Yeah, Pearl Abyss is taking it over from Keiko Games. Sorry, I so butchered that. Um, so you have until then to make a Pearl Abyss one and transfer your Black Desert Online from your current account to the new one. Um, this is also for the Steam version, because I'm pretty sure you have a Pearl Abyss account that was, or the Keiko Games account that was tied to your Steam account. I'm pretty sure this also applies to you, and you have to switch it over as well. Yeah. So as I've been waiting for patch 1.2 to come out, I'm playing Cyberpunk a little more, and I decided, whatever. I'll try some mods for it. The realistic driving experience mod, it did what it said it was gonna do. It worked. It did improve the driving some. It definitely felt more GTA-ish. The guy said more of a Forza feel, but I definitely felt more of a GTA-ish feel myself. I was also looking at the third-person mod, which makes you third-person instead of first-person. I haven't got it to work yet, but I didn't really try other than just downloading it yet. And while surfing, so obviously I played Outriders, and I want to we'll take a little bit and talk a little bit more about it. So I finally got to play it crossplay. Played with my buddy Bomb, and he was on his Xbox, I was on the PC. We used the Xbox game client, or I used the Xbox app. He was on Xbox. We used the party for voice chat, and then I joined him in game. He told me his voice code over the party, and I punched it in, and bam, it just worked. It was a solid experience. I didn't experience any lag or anything like that. It was fun. I mean, it was the same thing as the co-op play that I'd experienced on PC, but yeah. Also, Outriders is patching their demo. Yep, they are going to support this demo until at least the game comes out. They're patching it to change some of the loot and whatnot, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. And they are patching out the motion blur. So right now when you sprint, it's like constant motion blur, and it's bad. So I'm really looking forward to that getting patched out. But I would say as far as the game goes, I haven't really had any bugs or glitches. I think I got almost 8 hours into the demo, across 3 characters. All 3 of them are at level 7 now. I thought I'd like the Trickster. I could definitely see why other people would like it. It was probably... So far, the only class I haven't tried is Technomancer. So, of the 3 classes I have tried, Pyromancer was my favorite, Devastator was my second, and then Trickster was third. Devastator, I don't know. I like some of the abilities, but like the ones that I got weren't necessarily as good. I will say when I was using a shotgun, the class felt a lot better. Being as I'm not a huge shotgun fan, probably why I wasn't enjoying the class as much as the other ones. The Pyromancer I felt was way more of a mid-range SMG assault rifle class. I liked the abilities that you got with them. I did like that all the class had a passive health restore ability. that isn't affected by necessarily you killing the person. So like when I was playing with Bomb, he would set some people on fire and they would die right next to me. And as I was playing, as in my Devastator class, it would heal me because I was within so many meters. It didn't matter if I killed them. They died within so many meters of me, so I got health from them. Plus they were on fire, so they gave Bomb health as well. So I do really like that about the game. Um, the guns I enjoyed. I feel like if you're gonna give me an auto shotgun, though, you need to give me more than 20 rounds of ammunition, or I'm sorry, 60 rounds of ammunition, which I guess in total you get 80, which is only 4 clips, but it's so like they don't do as much damage, so it's strange. Um, they're great for damage output down range, but you burn through ammo fast, like super fast. Um, yeah, that's my only complaint about shotguns in the game, really. Um, the assault rifles felt good, but and the crossplay felt great too. So yeah, I mean that's yeah, that's all I got for that. Um, I haven't really checked to see what is on sale on Steam, so I don't really have any recommendations at the time. Um, whatnot, but I don't know what it is on Xbox, or if you can even get it on the Xbox or the PlayStation anymore. But Brink, it's classic. Um, it came out, I want to say, in 2013 to not a whole lot of acclaim. Um, it didn't get a whole lot of long support, and it kind of fell by the wayside fast. It was before the whole hero shooter arena games like Overwatch and stuff like that. But it's class based and it's free to play on Steam, so it doesn't cost you anything to check it out. It's got cartoony graphics, but it's got one of the first parkour systems that I ever played in a game. And it's a little bit slow on the movement system, but it's a lot of fun. Um, Gunplay, like I said, it's obviously free to play for a reason, but it's it's good fun. Especially if you got you get a group together and you do a co-op game, custom server, whatever, just doing against bots. It's crazy fun. If you can get a full lobby, it can get pretty interesting and wild too. I know they made another game called Dirty Bomb that was supposedly like the spiritual successor of Brink. I played it for a little bit. It didn't. It never felt the same. Like, uh, I liked Brink's atmosphere and whatnot as well. I mean, it was just one of the quirks. Um, the turrets are cool. Obviously, my favorite's an engineer. I throw down a lot of turrets and mines. But even the spy class, which is the oddest class, they do all the hacking of objectives and whatnot. They're still a fun class to play. They're still a viable class in any one of the missions at any one point. They have some really cool abilities as well. They're just not my thing. But like I said, if you can get it on the console, check it out. It's like I said, it's not great or anything, but if it's free, the only thing it's costing you is the time to download it. And for most of you, it's not going to take any time at all. I will note, if you do want to play it on the PC and you want to use a controller, well, the game doesn't have official controller support. One of the devs that worked on the game was, well, he basically wrote controller support on the side for it, and there's a Steam guide for it. It's super easy. It plays really well with it, obviously, but yeah. I guess that's my weekly recommendation. Um, yeah. Well, hopefully, hopefully I can get another one out this week. If not, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right. Peace.